Hey guys, welcome back. Legion here with you again, like always, back for another episode of the DNS Tech Pack. So I think we're at like episode 20-ish. Was it almost 20? Something like that. So last episode we put together this rotary craft system to ultimately do at least 5 times ore processing, and we were focusing it on kind of the more rare gems and ores that we're getting out of the world. Right now, diamond, shiny, platinum, which, platinum and shiny are the same thing, and then dark iron, and I guess I took draconium out. I don't have any in the system, but the draconium as well. So we got the double turbine setup going. I looked through the comments just a little bit ago and realized that nobody banged me up too hard about using the dual turbine, because it is a little bit expensive, not only on resources, but to operate. So what I did is I fiddled with this just a little bit more. Got the gasoline engine running. It's got about 5 minutes worth of fuel right now, and I just been coming over here and clicking it between torque mode and speed mode, which changes how this thing runs. And you can see it looks like it's processing. We got some diamond ore and some platinum going through right now. So, and then I put the turbine setup on this side. So what I could do is I can just come in here, click the bevel gears, and flip it from the south side to the north side to click whether we're getting power from the engines or the turbines. So, send a text. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and I got about 17 buckets of jet fuel. So probably when this runs out, I'll probably flip it over there and let the turbines run for a little bit. But it seems like we noticed that the turbines have a little bit of a kind of a rough startup period, and then once they get stabilized, they can run for longer on the fuel. So maybe I should just let it build up to, like, I don't know, 30 buckets or whatever, and then just let it run for a while. So this episode, we're just solely dealing with ores, and I knocked the Quarry's power down to like 600 RF a tick because I want to try to get caught up on the backlog of ores before we start dumping in more ores. And you can see it's processing iron right now, and basically my limiting is oxygen. But I didn't work to fix this, because if I increase the oxygen too much, then I hit a backlog here. So I'm okay with it being right now. That way I can get through all the ore backlog, and then we'll kind of increase the power as we increase the power and increase the processing power of this one as we get through our ores. So I'm just letting it kind of work through its system. But there is, since we are doing silk touch, there are a few ores that we need to deal with. Like, I pulled a few of them out, like coal, certus, lapis, and there is a few more. Redstone, I know, is one of them. Got 232 redstone. I'm not worried about that because I'm not doing a lot with Project Red right now. So that's what we're going to kind of deal with, try to get that sorted. And then we also got to deal with all the dense stuff. You can see how much dense stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these ores and then kind of look through NEI to see what the best way for us to process these ores is, and then we'll kind of come back once I got kind of a plan going. And I already got a enrichment chamber, because I know that's one of them we'll have to use. And then I moved the other mechanism machines over here, because this little platform up here, yeah, that platform up there is going to be basically for mechanism processing once we get into some of the later tier mechanism duels. Also, I noticed in the pack for the update, mechanism part of mechanism generators. So mechanism generators had a couple of low tier, kind of mid to low tier things, but only one high tier generator, and that was the big reactor. But they have also added another kind of a mid to later tier reactor. I'm sorry, turbine now. So you get turbine casing, electromagnetic coil. So that's kind of cool. I don't think it puts out enough power. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much power it puts out. I might need to do a little bit of research, but I just noticed that I was looking through NEI a little bit ago. That came with the last update that I did, last episode. So, okay, I'll be back in just a minute once I kind of get a little kind of a game plan going. Alright guys, I'm back. So I just actually ran over to the mob farm, grabbed the drums of essence, and see, I over there in the strong box, I kind of laid out kind of everything that needs to be processed, and kind of, I think I got a plan. So I need to get a fluid drive. Let's make 4K. Should just take just a minute or two. So I'm going to take all this mob juice, and then I'm going to import it into the network. I got to get a bucket so I can configure it. Boom, boom. Okay. And good. Just want to double check myself. Alright, I'll throw this in here. Because the reason I'm going to put all this mob juice into the network is because I made a block breaker from MFR, and we're going to use that as a Fortune 3 mechanic for some of our ore processing. So I can take you now. Stick you in there. So 256 buckets. And I actually threw another bucket in there to get more of them. So we got 768 buckets of essence, which is pretty good, I would say. Export. Alright, go ahead and get one of those made up. Alright, so what I've found is that all the dense things, the best opportunity is to be run them through a sag mill to get broken down into 4 individual ores, and then we could take those 4 individual ores and then process them back through the regular 3 times processing. So that's kind of where I'm thinking with that. And then I have the block smasher. The block smasher can be, what we can do is run these 3 through the block smasher, and I can use the mob juice to make it into Fortune 3. So we'll get a pretty good return on that. Lapis and redstone. Now I need to run some redstone through the rotary craft stuff to get aluminum, powder, dust, whatever it is. But otherwise, it's best to run the lapis and redstone through a enrichment chamber from Mechanism, because I believe it returns 12-ish. So that's 8 plus with a chance. So that polarizer is 6 plus 20, you know that. Extractor you can have up to 5, but then an enrichment chamber with no extra anything is just straight up 12. So that's the best deal for that. The same is true for lapis. So that's kind of my plan as of right now. So I already, like I said, I laid down the enrichment chamber because I knew we were going to need that. Okay, good. I was worried that was going to connect. Okay, grab some conduit. Now, the other plus I love about using the Ender IO machines, it's like I can pop you off to save a cable, is you can use both the import and export to the same side. So I don't know if that's going to be helpful in this situation. Actually, it is not. It is not. Nope, because I need a straight up export, and I'll need an interface or an import to bring it back in. So that did not work like I wanted it to. What to do? Well, what I can do is I can do something like this. So this is gonna be, I guess I can do pull, that's fine. And then this will be a push. Get what I'm saying? So basically we'll do kind of in through the top and out through the side, and then we'll just have our cable. So in, out, off. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work fine. Alright, grab cable. We're gonna need a little bit more of that stuff. And let's see, we're gonna need export bus times 3. And you can hear the glass maker turn on. Import 3. And this is why I love turning off the channels, because you can really just go wild with whatever you want to do as far as your build. You're not, I don't dare say crippled, but limited. Very, very limited. And you can come up with some pretty powerful and crazy systems. Don't get me wrong with channels, but I do not want to sit there having to count channels. I just want to go and build and do stuff. You. And then you. Bam, bam, bam. So one other thing we can do is... No, actually I'm not going to do that. I was going to look at the recipe for making... Well... Let's look. Yeah, maybe we should make dark steel walls. Yeah, maybe we can. What's the recipe for dark steel? Obsidian, coal powder, and iron? Just off the top of my head. Okay, we can do that. Do we have any? We do have some. Well then. Well, do you gonna click? There you go. So obsidian, iron, coal powder, bam, and then we'll put that on which? That's the one that's making my alloys right there. Okay. And let's craft up another few of those. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's done. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to spend a minute, take all these, and go ahead and get them programmed in. And I'll meet you back and we'll continue working. Alright, back. So I did have to take a few of those out, because a few of those won't actually go through the sag mill, like the dense iron. That actually does not go through the sag mill, and I guess the uranium doesn't either. I want to figure out how to process these. I could probably Looks like those are only processed in the processor, or on the thermal expansion stuff. Pulverizer. Well, I guess I can throw a pulverizer down. So dense can, the gold can, shiny can. I know I looked at that. Yeah. Uranium can't. Dimensional shard. Why is that even in there? That shouldn't even... Oh, yeah, dense. Okay, I got an idea. Let's do this. Pulverizer. Let's just switch this out. Okay. Okay, that'll work. So now we can do dense there. Yes. Okay. Can do that. That. Alright. And what about this? We'll do that too. Already did. Okay, cool. Alright, making progress. Slowly but surely, right? So, I did get the dark iron cooked up. Dark iron. Okay, so make that. So basically I've taught the system to how not only make dark steel, but I also make dark steel balls. And what I should do, I should take some of those. Put you here. And tell you that I want you to keep one of those in stock at all times. And I'll tell you to export there. So it'll continue, it'll fill dark steel balls up, and then I'm telling the system smart enough to always keep one, which will end up being 4 or 5, whatever it is per crafting, in the network at all time. So not bad. So the reason I'm going to use the dark steel is because that ups our processing power here for the sag mill. Because if you notice right here, bonus out, drop 20%, power reduction 30%, main output. So it's just going to increase our goodies. So I'll do that like that. I'll toss those in there. Toss you in there. And now I need lapis and redstone. Oh, too far. Another capacity card, please. Just one. You. Okay. So you're rolling. Let's stick you in there. And hopefully we should get 12-ish. Cool. Now you should be sucking out. Yeah, you're sucking out. I might stick that to change it out to an interface, because that way it'll push out faster. Because otherwise I'm just waiting for the import bus to suck it in, which is going to be slow. But if it'll push automatically to an interface, which will be instantaneous. Is it keeping it? Oh, let's keep it up now. Okay, good deal. That's fine. Alright, cool. So, do we have all our ores being done something with. This is probably still working on... Okay, that's working on dense stuff now. And this over here should be working to make more dark steel, which it is. Probably should upgrade those capacitors. Alright. What can this process in? Polarizer. Dense charge, dense charge, dense Certus. Okay. So we're good there. Good there. Good there. Good there. Dense ferrous. I'll just stick that in there. It doesn't matter. Okay, now capacitor. Could make me up a double layer capacitor, please. Well, you're probably waiting to get that done. That's fine. It'll come out in a minute. Okay, fantastic. Alright, so now that's running. We're getting our ores sorted. Now let's do something with these. And the other thing I can do, I can actually put the Thaumcraft shards in there eventually too, if I wanted to. Which don't really need to do yet. Since not really, haven't really started diving into Thaumcraft. Put that over there. Alright. Block Smasher. Okay, you're getting power. So we're going to need a fluid export bus, and we're going to need a regular export bus, and we're going to need import. And one capacity card. Love having all my goodies on AutoCraft, where I can just click it. You there. Well, you know what? I screwed up. Look at me. I got regular Flukes cable up here when everything else is covered. I will have to fix that. Alright. Capacity card. So you are going there. Well, wait a minute. Hey, stop all that. Fortune 3. So we're gonna need some mob juice now. So you're gonna have to go there, and you're gonna have to do that. Okay. Okay. Put you away. Put you away. Oh. Hello. And dimensional. Okay. So now you should be running. Okay, cool. So block smasher there. So now I believe all the ores are somewhat in a way being dealt with. How are you for power? Oh, you're up. Oh, that's right. Because I didn't put any more ethanol crystals in here. I cooked them up but didn't put them in you. Alright, cool. It's an hour's worth of fuel. Do you need to be changed yet? You don't. Well, you kind of do. Let's go ahead and change you. let the middle section run. Speaking of, while we're looking at that, there is a block that you can do that'll switch the gears based on a redstone signal, and it's called a CVT, continuously variable transmission. But it needs bedrock. I gotta make up a bedrock breaker, and we'll need 4 pieces of bedrock dust to get that. But otherwise, everything else is pretty cheapish. It's just those 2, and you can make a series of belts to change your gear ratio from speed to torque, just like I'm doing by shift clicking on it, but I can do it off a redstone signal. So I can put a timer and say, okay, every 5 minutes rotate, flip between speed and torque mode, instead of me actually having to go over there shift click on it with a wrench. Or I could just make a butt ton of jet fuel and just have that run all the time, which again, both of them have problems. Both of them have their problems. Alright, let's just do a quick recap. You're empty. I can put you away now. Just gotta always have the project chest hanging out. I need to go get some more wool from the sheep farm. 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I put that perfectly? How about that? Oh yeah, you're hammering that thing out. It's using essence up pretty quickly, but I am making more of it, and I do have a backlog. That thing's already almost full. Probably just need to bring a test rack over there and put the just to put it on sending fluid, and then it will just continue to make that. Okay, so recap time. Let's just go through the ores and make sure we have everything being processed. So osmium, osmium is not being there it is. Yeah. Let's just texture changed. Osmium, coal, we got that going through the sag mill. Ferrous, we got through the sag mill, which actually is going down. Looks like it's processing now. Not worried about that. Not worried about that. Aluminum, not worried. Yellowite should be on here, right? Yep. Not worried about that. Not worried about that. Not worried about that. Redstone we got going. Tin we got going. Not worried about that. Lead we got going. 10. Not worried about any of the fluorites right now. Not worried about amber or cinnabar. Copper. Blah blah blah. Thumbcraft ores I'm not going to worry about yet. Looks like it's burning through the iron to get that processed. As you can see, they're quickly exporting. Dimensional shards will go through the block smasher to get fortuned. That'll be going through the sag mill to get broken down. Blue fluorite. Shiny will be going through the reactor, rotary craft. Dark iron is going through the rotary craft. Yeah, that looks to be pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much good. I just need to get through some of this backlog, but it'll probably be running forever as far as yeah, looks like platinum's still stuck there, but let's shift that again, because otherwise it's going to get stuck, because this doesn't have anywhere to process. So let me just shift it back for now. Process these, get this out of the way. Alright guys, that will do it for today. All the ores being automatically sorted, processed, broken down, and all the other kind of good stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys soon.